Take that in the backyard and beat yourself with it. We are in the driveway fixing the theft truck. Finally deciding to fix it. Makeshift job site for a real quick repair. Let's hope that the silver truck gets back to life today.
Oh, that sounds so sad. Tried.
Took the monitor too.
Yeah. We'll get another. Probably.
Dude, if that did, that sounded just like you and her.
Not too smoky.
Really quiet, isn't it?
It is quiet.
I mean, I guess it survived.
She live another day.
All seems well. They took the monitor, got no idea what the numbers are. Who cares? It'll let me know if something goes wrong. Everything seems fine though, ride's good, everything's good. All right, so she's back in action. Let's see how much more we can get. 872, come on, let's go.
Oh, I know you're excited. Thank you.
Hey, appreciate it. He said I'm excited. We are about to do something controversial. Is this controversial? We're back in the shop. Got some more parts. We got some push rods. We got them. They're in the building. Maybe in the building. They're on the property. We got a little concern on these spots right here, and I don't really know if I'm gonna address them like this or how I'm gonna address them, but if you look over on that other one, it's got a pretty good spot. I think I'm going to put some JB Weld on it, and I'm gonna find a way to smooth that, to fill that gap. Because this obviously had blown head gaskets on it. And probably ran for a little too long. And I'm gonna take, we'll see, I don't know, because one swipe of the towel will clean all of this right back off. I've already brake cleaned it a lot. I can't always re-sand it as well. Just work it in the gap. Try to get it to, that's a bit too much. Try to get it to somewhat stick in there. Okay, let's go get this other one. This other one's deeper. This is the one that really had me worried. Just a little gouge. So I'm gonna fill it. There's a little hole right there too, you see it, right? There. So from here, I'll just put some in it. Because honestly, I really just want to fill the gap. It's flat. It just needs something for the head gasket to sit on. Got that little bitty hole right there too. I've never done this before. Have you guys? We can probably just very lightly scrape over it with a new razor blade. This one? What do y'all think of that? This one? And that? Time will tell. Let's go to the other side now. Nah, I'm good with that. Honestly, I'm good with that. We're gonna let that dry. And that did fill the gap. We just need something in there. That's all we need is something in there. The head gasket's gonna sit on it and physically try to push it in. But I want it to be firm. I want it to be cured because I don't want the head gasket to potentially, when I torque it down, it'll crush down in that valley and ooze JB Weld out. So I wanted to get some on here, give it a chance to get completely cured, and then maybe tomorrow we'll decide if we're gonna sand it again. I don't even wanna touch it with my hand yet because the razor blade nice and flat. You can run it over and ideally it would have left all the little pieces in it that we want to stay. And hopefully they all stay in all the way through, physically upside down and going on the cylinder head, which it should because those valleys were very jagged. Looks like it filled that hole. What up here? Over here. There's a little spot there. There you go, it's kind of in it. Looks like it might have worked. See it in the glare. I'm zoomed in pretty freaking far. Oh, that was JB Weld on the deck surface. How about we don't do that on any of this? Yep, so I might put a little more right there. Right there where the light's at. Kind of packing it down in there and cutting it off. It's actually doing really good, so I'm gonna do some more. Try to do just a smooth swipe with the razor blade. Just one. And then I packed a little more in it, and then we'll do another swipe. It's so almost impossible to tell, but you know what? We gave it a good old fighting chance. It looks a crap load better. At least there's a lot of stuff down in the pits. We just needed to physically fill the holes. And then we'll clean the rest of this tomorrow. Quick sand, maybe. Trying to kind of work any air pockets that are in there out. Just keep running over it and running over it. There's a couple, a little bit here. I don't really want to wait too long. I'll razor blade it off right now. Go over that coolant port. Right there. I got just a little bit right there on that exhaust valve. I want to let it dry and get cured all the way in there in those little holes because we got quite a bit in those little gaps. That looks good. I like that. All right, so now we just gotta wait on time. All right, see y'all tomorrow. Okay, here we go. Go ahead and drop that. All right, there we go.
New screen, new gasket, new sensor.
Okay, well, that's what we're doing now. Transmission service. So if you're real careful with these backwards pliers, you can pull this out. But you will very easily scratch the bore if you're not paying freaking attention. Because it's kind of double redundant. You're squeezing across here, pressing it against the bore they're trying to pull out of. But you just saw it can be done. Okay, there's your temp sensor wiring right there, and you've got a little tab here that you'll see it locks. You don't really have to do much with that. You can just grab it real lightly. You can turn it. I would set these to the width of the sensor, so you can grab it way up there. Come on, baby. Oh, Nope, we let it drain long enough. It didn't come out. That's your transmission temp sensor. It's fairly cheap, like a $20 bill. And if you do a service, if this thing takes a crap, it'll tow haul, light a flash, it'll lock in gear, do all kinds of crazy stuff. Very common for this to go bad. So if we're gonna do a training service and we're down here, go ahead and pop it and put a new temp sensor in it. And we'll let it go. The screen, this right here looked pretty freaking good though. If you look, this is like a worst case, last ditch effort of safety. So there's really nothing in it. This is supposed to save the transmission during a failure, is what that is supposed to do. That is not supposed to clean any fluid in service at all. So we don't want to do too much of this, get lint all over in the transmission, but some of these drips, I can at least pull the drips off just a little. So now we'll put the new temp sensor in it and we're ready to honestly be done under here. All right, there's what it looks like. Not any contaminants, just the nasty crap that you always see in it. All of that black, and on the, look at that on the magnet. I always clean all that off, make that magnet clean. Okay, now I wash my hands really good. We wiped all the oil, wiped everything down, and then did a quick wipe with brake clean. We got lint everywhere. Same with the heads, we did it with the heads. It's the last moment right now. Then I'll blow it out. There should be no big oil. Got a shop towel here ready just in case something does splash out. Right now I'm doing bare hands. Oh, see that little oil right there? That's why I need a towel. Take a towel. All the worrying that people have done about lint does not need to be. It's just not a big deal. It's gone. It just eliminates all of it and it makes it beautiful. And then you have a clean hand so you get like a little. Yeah, we'll do that to here, over there, all four sides, then put the studs in. Let's go. Let's take a look at how this finished. I mean, at least it's filled. I've not cleaned this side yet. Yeah, well, we'll find out. Let's do it. All right, let's put the dowels in. Let's get the studs in. Okay, last one. All right, put the other one on. I looked at these at the store already. They're good. So let's put them on with this Ultra Torque on here. Don't touch the head gasket with it. Oh, I touched it.
Yeah, got it on your arm.
Dang. Okay, say bye-bye. There you go. Got the heads on. Let's get the valve train in. There you go. Let's get these push rods put in. Nice. Okay, let's check our length. All right, so I went ahead and put it on the inside because it's just comparing. I really need to be on that bottom ledge down there to measure it, but we're checking measurements here. 39, 9.7, 39, 38. All right, 9.7, 38 is what it was. That's what these are, 9.7, 38. And the factory 6.4, which is shorter than a 6 liter, 9.7, 57. So we are almost 20 thousandths shy, 18 thousandths. It'll be fine because we got those heads surfaced. They're actually 16 thousandths shy. So this will be perfect, actually. I wanted to go, I was gonna call them and change it from 10 thousandths to 15, but we got it anyways, we're good. All right, right here, we've got the factory set of heads now, and if you look, video might not show it. but they are lined up. But I put my fingers right here, and then I'll run this down until it just barely touches right there. So touch and then run this one down. Wiggle them around. We just have to pay attention to it, even though these are factory heads. This probably isn't going to matter at all. Now I'm just over cautious now because of the last heads. But so just go down until it touches. That's it. And they look freaking great. They look right in the center. Let's just. I said most factory heads you can actually. I think you can just put them in. Just go for it, and they're fine. Like I don't think you can mess it up. Okay. Now we'll do the other side. Okay, all the nuts are on, all the washers are on, all the studs are in. Let's torque the heads. Okay, it's done. Take a break after that. Age matters.
Age matters.
If I don't actually remember torquing the injectors, I have lost sleep at night if I don't remember whether or not those are torqued. They're all done now.
And they all went in really well.
Yep, they're all
Nothing
great.
caught up on a rocker arm anywhere.
Beautiful. They all went in wonderfully. Not a single hiccup at all. So that was nice to put the get that out of the way. See what I do here? Oh, you missed it. You missed it.
Yeah.
Put your finger up in the hole right here and squirt your finger and then rub it around. That'll lube that up. And I'll go around and lube all these O-rings and then pop them in. We gotta do this, and then I'll put the Fickum harness on, and then we'll put the oil rails and the valve covers on. But I want this connected. Many times, I'm sure many of you guys have got all the way down to the end, and these are all new injectors, so it won't matter, but you go to push that Fickum harness on there, and it pushes this plug into the rocker box, and then you have a valve cover and an oil rail on it, and you are freaking hosed. You just hosed. Take the valve cover back off.
Yep. You just made a lot more work for yourself.
Yep, so just get it all hooked up before you cover it, and then it's no big deal.
Here.
Oh my God, let's look under here. Now, how many of y'all would love to have these two boxes right here? Everybody would love to have them, but don't nobody know how much. New Fickum harness and the coveted new engine harness. Oh, man, that right there is $1,000 damn near. That's a chunk of cash. And I mean, other than the battery cable, we've got a problem with this battery cable. I've been thinking about it, and I don't know what to say because I'm not at all enthused about messing with this damn battery cable. It's like we need something set up to build these freaking cables. Somebody needs to build them a little bit better than. Right now, we haven't talked to Ron, but we have a $400 battery cable on order. And I went back and actually watched a couple videos of me doing battery cables and cables. And I mean, you know, I hate to put it public out there, but to mess with a starter to battery connection with the remote start wire on it also, for $400 to have all of that with the push pins in place. I mean, how much do you want to make it look good? Well, no, the question would be, how much do I want to make it look good? Because to go all the way through, it's a pain in the ass. It is a pain in the ass, and it will not be as good as a new one. Worst case, I think we're going to go ahead and buy it, and I'm just going to buy it. If Ron wants it, if we open it up and the quality is just like it used to be, then maybe we'll go with it. But I don't know. There is a chance that it's retooled, and the new battery cable is nowhere near the quality of the old battery cable. If that's the case, I'll probably return it, is probably what I'll do, because I want them to have the numbers. I don't want to do a $400 purchase on a battery cable and then keep it when it's not worth it. So that might be a video that'll happen at the dealership, at the counter. We'll go talk to Derek and open it up, take a look at it, and give it a little critique, because I mean, $400 is almost a main engine harness. Well, okay, not quite, but I mean, you're a substantial chunk of money. So we're not just going to before we throw $400 on a OE piece of crap, I'll throw $400 towards labor, towards making a new one. And I don't really want to do that right now. Wait. That is, let's take a look. I always want to take a look. Looks to appear the exact same quality we're used to. Okay, nice. You never know. Oh, look at that. Here, guys, make a note of this. Look what they tell you. Oh, they don't. I'm looking at it, see if it, no, it doesn't distinguish you for studs versus bolts. So I know everybody's always looking for a template. I don't pay too much attention to it. I always pop one here if it's late model, put one here, over here, and here. And then we got an extra here that doesn't really do anything. And it's very, very easy. Don't spend a lot of time with it. You can just put the wiring harness on, and then when you see that there needs to be one here, then you can move it. So don't worry about it, but make sure you move it. And then you don't have to spend a whole bunch of time going around and checking. But eventually you'll figure it out. And once again, what they also did is, I mean, there must be a reason for it. Or they just want to be assholes. The Fickum harnesses, for the whole life that I've been buying Fickum harnesses, is always bent the wrong way in the package. It's always bent backwards, so you have to horseshoe it the other way, which, I mean, there might be a reason for it. Have it stretched that way, and then when you put it the other way, you can make it go where you want better. Huh, maybe. I don't know. Now, you got a brand new harness in your freaking truck. When you put this on the very first connection for this harness right here, like this harness, look at the twist. I mean, maybe there's a debate between whether or not you want twists in it to take up the space or leave them straight and free. I mean, I tend to go towards where the wires will go straight and into the harness and not twist. But right now, when you're putting on a brand new harness right here, now is the time to pay attention to that. If something does, it's not far-fetched that you have to put a complete twist in something to get it to go straight. And just, I mean, it's not hard if you pay attention. It's really not. We're over there hotseeing right now. In case any of you is wondering why I do not like to leave exposed surfaces for multiple days on end. It can get real humid in here at any given time, and that makes it tough. I mean, they don't feel too bad. Those are all good. But we've only got 8, because remember I had to pound one out and drill a hole in it. So we'll go check every one of these. Hopefully all these threads are okay. Find out. Okay, no Healy coils needed on the oil rails. That's nice. We go back earlier when we was tearing it apart, the bottom stuck in it and we had to kind of deform it a little bit. That actually feels better than the ones that we take out. I think it's thicker.
Is it?
We got a whole boneyard of them. All kinds of that crap. So when we take it apart and I say, oh hell, that ain't no big deal. It don't matter. We got a whole bunch of those. I mean, y'all might have learned by now that when I say we got a whole bunch of those, we actually do. I mean, Jesus, these sons of bitches look good. I mean, they look freaking good. They just been sitting over there hanging from the freaking sky, and they look phenomenal. We're giving the Felpro valve cover gaskets. We're gonna go ahead and put the Ford ones in with Ron's parts. You can keep those with him because those are good too. I just figured, you know, let's put the new ones on. I have not had any adverse effects from these valve cover gaskets, so. I used to talk smack when people would put the blue ones on because, you know, I had always thought Ford ones were better, but, you know, that's not always the case. We're moving along though. Well, transmission can come in. Transmission pan's all in. You guys notice that Hossie running? It's hot in here. But, it runs a lot. Get all this pan. This looks great though, doesn't it? For sure. Yep, we got the new temp sensor, new screen in it, and let's put some new fluid in it. We're about to spend some money now, aren't we? Ooh, hey. Oh my goodness. 05, these were gone for a long time. We have one right over there on the shelf.
Somewhere.
We have one also. It's not like it's rare commodity, but this is a high dollar investment right here. New main engine harness from Ford. It looks good. So far, all of it, quality looks the same. Looks like what we're used to. Once again, that's great. Love it. Let's get it on the truck. Now, I couldn't imagine wanting to have the guy that worked on this last decide the routing of your expensive freaking harness, because it's important. Like, it had one twist in it. It had a little twist right here in the middle. And just, no, I mean, what the heck are you even looking at? I was talking to do this. To try to tackle this job without knowing what the hell is going on, without knowing where this push pin goes, without being intimate with every part of this harness. I couldn't even imagine wanting to tackle this job, let alone telling a customer that, yeah, we can handle that, and not knowing what every single nut and bolt is under the hood. That's like right now, I mean, it's daunting, and I could close my eyes and go through the whole job and do the job without doing the job. And it's still daunting, even though we do that. It's tiring to even think about. But not really. Let's get this.
Hey, but you know what? You know what you didn't have to do?
Tape the harnesses.
Spend all day,
All day.
a whole day.
At least one day. At least one day. See that little twist right there? Take this around. It will want to go. It'll want to. They did this one a little weird too. They changed these. Changed them. Push it on there. On that little thing. And it turns sideways like that. Because it goes through the tensioner. There's a leg of the tensioner right there that you want this wire to go down. And it goes right behind bolt, and then leg. And it goes in between the bolt and the leg. So that's what we're doing right now. Just getting to know it, just stretching it out. I don't have to make it, I mean, it doesn't have to go right there off the bat. We've got a minute. So, I mean, on this harness, see, look right here. Now if you go back earlier in the videos, we was talking about where the studs are on the intake. See, like right here, this Fickum harness needs to be pushed that way a little bit, just a little, just so that there is enough room for this wire to fit in between this stud. So when we put that, well, you can see the stud was in the right spot, but you put that down, and that way the turbo inlet pipe is physically going to touch this. It pretty much rides right here. So we need to make sure that you've got this Fickum wire going over on the other side. I mean, it only goes that way, but the guy we've seen a lot of different stuff. So,
We've seen a lot of different routing ideas, haven't we?
yeah, so we'll just kind of walk around, get it all sitting in its spot, and then just walk around a couple of times. You know, like this little guy, definitely right there. This little guy goes right there. And then this one, well, we'll see. Because that, yeah, look, there's not a lot of twists in it. That's good. We got lucky because this is actually a new harness. And I think I want it to move. Now, I don't have all of the, like that. See, one would tell you that you'd want to go that way, right? Put it over there, no. Look at the EGR. Now, the EGR needs to twist all the way over like that. So when you twist it over, then you look at it from this angle. You've got the EGR going right, and you've got the fan clutch and coolant temp going left. So when you spin it around like that, and then you take this and you push that way, like that, and then it curves back around and goes into the coolant temp sensor. That, and then this guy comes right off the top, right where he's supposed to be, closest to the fan clutch, and that goes there. I've seen almost every single engine harness that I've seen that is new is not right. We'll just say that.
Gotta
this,
twist it.
this guy goes around, look, there's no twist. Look, he kind of wants to go right there. That's just where he goes. And then this will kind of go down right there and help push that down. Okay, they absolutely cheaped out on the clips though. Those are different. This clip is different. It's got to go on this little web right here, right by the cam sensor. The web is way wider than that. That's wrong. That's not gonna be good at all. Let's see if I can push it on there. I might have to bend it. Like bend it out with backward pliers. I mean, I can't let it ride. It won't fit on there. It won't. This space is way too small for that big web. So I don't know what the hell they're thinking, but this is wrong. I got really no good way. I need to bend that out and then bend this back in. Get another pair of pliers. Bend that out and then bend that back in. Let's see if that works. Let's just see. That's right, yeah.
Will those work? Or do you
Okay.
need vice grips?
Here, you hold that. Squeeze it.
Oh,
Squeeze it. No, these pliers aren't gonna work.
shoot.
I'm gonna take them all right now. But I'm gonna take them off his old harness. We're taking them off there. I don't want this freaking cam sensor to be, this wire be bouncing all over the damn place. So we're modifying a brand new harness. Look at the difference. Look, there's no way that web is gonna fit in there. Absolutely no way. That's the one that was on there. It's a crap load bigger. You can see it through it probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a crap load bigger. So I'm gonna cut this off and tape this one on. Because,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna do it to this one too. Look, they got
The
the
one
same,
behind the tensioner.
this one. Yeah, that one and that one. That one mainly, that one, well, both of them actually, because you just watched me a little bit ago mess with that. Those are normally kind of a pain in the butt, but now that I look at it closer, it's freaking wrong. So we're not gonna use those. So you get an engine harness, keep your clips, because this guy right here goes right on there perfectly. You see it?
No, I need the flash on.
See how that clips on there? Look at that. That's big. Okay, now watch this one. Look at this one. It's not going to go. You try to push it on there and all it does is smash it out. It's not even close. Not even gonna happen. Like absolutely inferior. Like not junk, like trash. They need to be cheaper. They screwed up changing. So call your congressman and let him know, will you please? Because I don't want to call them because they're sick of hearing from me. So all of you guys need to call them and tell them, hey, quit doing stupid crap, changing shit that doesn't even work. Like this doesn't even work. This won't even work. You can't even use it. It's a 100% waste of the corporate money. They wasted their own money on this crap. And we wound up paying for it to get it. And unless we want to pay attention and change it, you put this on here, there's a very good chance it'll sit there and rattle around and rattle and rattle and rattle for years and years and years when it shouldn't be. I mean, who knows? You know, anybody ever seen a cam sensor wire chafe? Like, yeah, a lot. So throw that in the, take that in the backyard and beat the shit out of yourself with it. Thanks, Frank. He got us this tape and showed up, and it's way different. What do you guys know about this tape? It feels like fabric. How about we go ahead and tape, since I'm already here and I'm taping this on. I mean, okay guys, I want to get away from the entire refreshment of engine harnesses. Y'all are gonna have to pay for it, okay? And you're gonna have to pay substantially. About as much as it costs to buy new ones is where I'm at right now with it. I'm sick of trying to make all the nasty looking crap look good. So, yeah, buy new, or we just can't do the job. What do you think of that? Because I mean, that looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit more and keep going. Just every little bit we can get, the better. I mean, who knows if it'll come off. I don't freaking know. But, yep, there you go. Just tape a little bit of it. That's what we would want right there. It's all hooked on. That's how it's, yes, absolutely beautiful. We reuse both of them. Heck with it. It's getting there. This is an 03, so I just bolted it back up how it was. It was, if that starts leaking, then we can't leave the 03 turbo. Or they make a bracket. I know they got a little bracket. They got a bracket for it. All right, right now we're waiting on lifting eye and the lifting eye to dry so that, and then we have to find a clamp because he didn't have a clamp. So we got to get a clamp to clamp the two fuel lines together, and then they don't go together right. So that's pretty freaking fun. They've been tweaked because, you know, somebody was screwing with it. So we'll get the lifting eye on and get the bracket somewhere. We have to find it. We've already been out to Truck 42 and the Boneyard a couple times. We're getting there. We're getting there. I found an IPR bracket. You can no longer buy this bracket right here that bolts to the heat shield. The little bracket that push pin goes into, you can no longer buy that bracket. And we only have to buy it because freaking stupid freaking people throw it away when it needs to stay the hell on there because they don't like getting the bolts out, or just a bunch of dipshits. If you do put that bracket on every time though, the one that goes right here, you'll almost never spin this. You won't spin it because when you loosen the tin off of the rear intake ground right there, it will hold the stud from moving and you won't spin this. So if you can put the bracket on it, put it back on. Now this right here is how the factory accounted for heat and IPR wiring. That's factory right there. So strive for that. Okay, where are we? Let's look at this thing and assess what I need to do next. Okay, I've got a heater core tube. Put some sealant on it, right there. Got the coolant Y pipe tube. Put that in, put the thermostat in. I can do that all right now. Coolant pump. I'll put the coolant pump pulley on, but I don't like to completely put it on until the belt's on. That way I can blue Loctite. Throw a thermostat in it. We need a turbo inlet pipe. I'll put a turbo inlet pipe and then the 90-degree coolant hose. It lays over it, that's all done. And then the alternator. Then the intake elbow. Problem is, where is the problem? Every single thing Ron had was aftermarket. All the way to the turbo. He has nothing factory, and I'm a big factory fan for the air intake. So we're gonna run up to the barn. I don't know what we have there, but we need to go up and look, because I mean, it's boneyard time. Boneyard time. There's all of Ron's old parts. Well, most of them. Still got some new stuff to put together, but without the battery cable. We are going to get the very first $400+ battery cable tomorrow. We're gonna go pick that thing up, and see if it's the right quality. Ron is okay with go ahead and just jumping on that grenade and being done with it. That way you got positive power everywhere consistently, not with some ghetto fab stuff that we're gonna have to mess with. So I'm very excited about that. Hopefully it looks the part and it's not freaking junk. But I don't want to go any further. No AC compressor until the battery cable's on. Power steering, we could do that. I mean, we could prime fuel, check fuel pressure. We left the plug out. We can check fuel pressure there. We're not going to put the downpipe on till we fill the transmission. And Julie really likes filling it from there. So we'll do that and then put the downpipe on. And this is almost done. So basically we're not getting it done until we get that battery cable. We're going to get a power steering reservoir too. So we need both of those. I did put JB Weld on the pits around there. And then we ran out of the gray, so I put some silver on it. At least it's got something on it. It'll probably burn it, but at least it'll put a coating on it that's not raw metal, because those will be completely rusted. It'd be nothing but brown rust. Everything else will be painted, and that's brown rust. Yeah, let's not. Of course, it gets hot, so it could burn off. Everything tightened up good. I mean, this looks freaking phenomenal. It really does. It looks great. It's like everything looks great with it. Everywhere you look. It's 170 miles one way to get here.